Well, what do we have here? Trump calling for the jailing of Chicago mayor and Illinois governor as well. The National Guard arrives in the city. Yeah, the National Guard, right? Like because currently what's happening is the Texas National Guard is being deployed into fucking Chicago. Oh yeah. By the way, yeah, the deployment of the Texas National Guard. Yeah, more like the Texas National fucking Lard. So this is a thing that Trump's already been consistently fucking doing, where he's taking National Guardsmen from a bunch of other states because the reason why he's doing this specifically, and this is quite specifically with Illinois, is because J.B. Pritzker has said, like, if he actually does decide to fucking take people from other states, we will have our own fucking guardsmen ready in order to be able to try to resist them and try to push them back. Or he didn't say that explicitly. He implied it. That's what he actually meant. And I don't know. Personally, against these fucking lard boys over here, I think the Illinois National Guard will probably be just fine. So yeah, he's currently trying to call for the jailing of the mayor of Chicago and of course the governor of Illinois because again, like I've said before, the point of these fucking deployments is purely due to the fact that this motherfucker Trump just wants to do everything possible in order to justify more power being concentrated and centralized under himself. That's like really the point of it. And Donald Trump on Wednesday called for the imprisonment of Brandon Johnson and J.B. Pritzker, accusing them of failing to protect U.S. Immigration and customs enforcement officers. By the way, literally ICE within Chicago decided to fucking do a bunch of fucking gases or like throw a bunch of tear gas into Chicago PD for fuck's sake. So it's like, okay, bro, whatever. Very, very cool. Well, you should be in fucking mayor. What is this? Or jail, rather. Chicago mayor should be in jail for failing to protect ICE officers. Governor Pritzker also. So that's pretty fucking cool. Fantastic. Excellent. So both Johnson and Pritzker are Democrats. Trump's remarks, rather, come as National Guard troops have begun arriving in the Chicago area at the order of the Trump administration from another fucking state, by the way, of course, from Texas, who Governor Greg Abbott's like a soy fucking loser who's just going to go along with literally everything that his master fucking says. So, I mean, that's pretty cool. Pritzker responded, of course, saying, I'll not back down. Trump is now calling for the arrest of elected representatives, checking his power. What else is left on the path to his full-blown authoritarianism? Always good that Pritzker's pointing this out because, again, the point of this is the authoritarianism, fundamentally speaking. And it's also, this is not the first time Trump has tried to have a black man unjustifiably arrested. I'm not going anywhere. That's also in reference to the Central Park 5, specifically there from, let's be honest here, from Brandon Johnson. So it's just like, okay, dude, yeah, great, fantastic that you just keep saying all this shit. It's like, we all know the reasoning why he's doing this. He wants to come up with like literally any excuse possible to have his fucking Reichstag fire moment in order to do the fully blown occupation of the military within democratic run cities. Like that's the entirety of the point of this. It's so fucking stupid. As of Wednesday morning, National Guard troops from Texas had arrived at Elwood Army Reserve Center, an army training center about 50 miles outside of Chicago. I have a question. Alex, our resident Chicagoan native. That's about a mile out of Chicago itself. How bad is the traffic in Chicago? I'm just a little curious. It's going to be really funny to see these fucking, the National Lard, the Texas National Lard, rather, get stuck in fucking traffic trying to help the ICE Gestapo freaks. I think that's going to be genuinely fucking hilarious. President has called Chicago a hellhole of crime, although all the statistics show that every single fucking democratic city that he's trying to occupy has had precipitous drops in fucking crime. Because again, it's almost as if the point of this is not about the fucking goddamn crime. It's only about the fucking occupation, fundamentally speaking. And I'm going to say this again. The only reason why there was a spike in crime, should be fairly obvious, was because of fucking COVID. Because of course there was a spike in crime during COVID. It was an incredibly economically uncertain time that he himself was also not really helping with the fact that he was just not doing anything about the virus initially. So very, very cool. 200 National Guard troops from Texas are expected to deploy to the Chicago area, where another 300 Illinois National Guard are preparing to deploy. Really? Only fucking 500 National Guardsmen? That's it? Like, again, I've talked about this concept before, but these motherfuckers are not willing to put their fucking balls on the fucking table because they know that there's some actual fucking consequences for that. They know that there's some fucking goddamn consequences. Like, let's be fucking honest here. So it's just like, dog, this is not going to go anywhere. This is not going to go anywhere. Like, let's be fucking honest here. Like, it's all soy fucking liberal fascism from a bunch of dudes who are not willing to put their balls on the fucking goddamn table, because in reality, these motherfuckers are all a bunch of cowards who just want to have their fucking influencer fucking points. That's it. Like, this administration is run by nothing besides pundits and fucking influencers. So it's one of those things where it's like, fucking spare me it. Military personnel in uniforms with the Texas National Guard patch were reported by the Associated Press at the U.S. Army Reserve Center in Elwood. Trucks marked emergency disaster services. Yeah, because there's currently a fucking emergency that's happening in Chicago. Okay, bro. Dropped off portable toilets and other supplies. Trailers were set up in rows. Extra fencing was spread across the perimeter. The Federal Aviation Administration ordered flight restrictions over the Army Reserve Center for security reasons until the 6th of December. The Trump administration has ramped up immigration enforcement prep operations in Chicago in recent weeks, prompting protests, especially outside an immigration center in Broadview, a Chicago suburb. Wait, didn't Kristi Noem, because Brandon Johnson decided to pass like an executive order saying that all sort of like public services should be actively denied from DHS. Didn't Kristi Noem try to get denied from a from being able to go to the bathroom? So this was oh, by the way, like Kristi Noem is also like, I don't know, gallivanting about with like Benny Johnson, which I find really funny because we all know that Benny Johnson is a flaming homosexual. He loves fucking cock in his ass. Let's be honest here. He's a fucking gay boy, very, very homosexual. And you want me to fucking believe that Kristi Noem, who was, I don't know, shacked up with Corey Lewandowski of all fucking people, it wants to also like gallivant about with like Benny Johnson or some shit? Like, it's so fucking goofy. Where like this soyed out loser Benny Johnson was talking about like, hey, look at me, guys. I'm like the main dude who's like going about with ice. Very, very cool.
You can? Okay, alright, thank you. Interesting.
Why the fuck is this quality, by the way? Like, what the hell is this? Why are we like fucking completely pixelated? What the fuck is this?
That's what Governor Pritzker says is cooperation and keeping people safe.
So why? Yeah, because you're attempting to do an illegal occupation. Like, fuck you. No one likes you. How do you even know that Governor Pritzker told that public space that you can't fucking use it? That was the mayor, Brandon Johnson, who signed an executive order saying to not give any public spaces or allow any fucking public spaces for ICE to operate under, and also to have warrants for people that they try to arrest in fucking public spaces. I think that just might be the people in that building saying like, no, fuck you, we don't like you, because you are very fucking unpopular, Kristi Noem, because no one likes what you're fucking doing. So I don't know, it's one of those things where it's like fucking cope and seethe about it. Like, I don't know like what else to say about this.
Why wouldn't they let you in? What's been going on here? What's been going on here, Secretary?
We were coming to go out and do some operations to pick up some guys with criminal convictions on them, and the city police wouldn't even let us use a restroom.
Cope about it, like get owned. I don't know, based of the police to fucking do that. I guess, like, unironically, even though like police generally speaking suck balls, like literally your fucking agents, Kristi Noem, not that long ago just tear gassed a bunch of them. So I wonder why the Broadview Police Department might not be very interested in wanting to get along with ICE in particular. Like, it's so stupid. Yeah, I was about to mention that, Alex. Thank you very much. You took the words right out of my mouth. Literally, ICE has also been faking 911 calls in that fucking suburb. Like I mentioned earlier before, Like, there was a CBS crew in front of the fucking ICE facility that these motherfuckers are operating out of, and it's just like, they decided to call a fucking 911 call saying that there's people like trying to break into the facility or some shit. They show up, it's a fucking CBS affiliate just filming the building because they're doing their job. So, okay, bro. Nice fucking meme, bro. On a Monday, Illinois and Chicago sued the Trump administration seeking the block deployment of the federal National Guard, or of the National Guard to the city, urging a federal judge to stop what they describe as Trump's long-declared war on Chicago and Illinois, calling it unlawful and dangerous. Court hearing on this lawsuit scheduled for Thursday. It's not long from now. That's today. Well, yeah, it's today, basically. Mayor Johnson also signed an executive order on Monday barring federal immigration agents and others from using crowd-owned property as staging areas for enforcement operations, based, by the way, of course, using troops as pawns and political props. A news conference on Tuesday, Pritzker said that Trump is attempting to justify and normalize the presence of armed soldiers under his direct command. The nearly 150-year-old Posse Comitatus Act limits the military's role in enforcing domestic actions. So this is what, at this point, Trump is trying to justify the Insurrection Act, so then they can start arresting people. Posse Comitatus is essentially an old law saying that in terms of civil enforcement, the military and federal forces have no jurisdiction in any of that fucking enforcement. That is up to the local police departments in order to do that enforcement. But of course, Trump doesn't give a fuck about any of that stuff, so he's just going to violate that law anyways. It doesn't matter. Since starting the second term, Trump has sent or talked about sending troops to at least 10 cities: Baltimore, Washington, D.C., New Orleans, California City, Oakland, San Francisco, and Los Angeles. Guess what's mostly there? Minority populations for them to try to bully around. That's the fucking point of this. Data shows that violent crime around the U.S. has declined in recent years. In Chicago, for example, police data shows that homicides were down 31% to 278 from the start of 2025 to the end of August, compared with the same time period last year. Again, the only reason why Trump is using crime as a narrative, as an excuse in order to do military occupations, because the point is the fucking authoritarianism first and foremost. They just want to fucking occupy the fucking cities because, again, we are dealing with a fucking tin pot dictator. He is a dictator who doesn't give a fuck about the rule of law, who could give less of a shit about any of the sort of like laws and rules and regulations that fucking exist within the United States of America. Again, it's all about the authoritarianism with this motherfucker, fundamentally speaking. So again, it's fucking ridiculous and stupid to assume that, oh, most people would be a fan of these current fucking military deployments, that they actually fucking disagree with them. And it's very, very interesting that a lot of people are starting to see this as a more of like an external fucking threat, as an occupation at this point, because it's exactly what it is. It's not about the crime. Crime has been going down. And also, by the way, all of the initiatives that were done, the community initiatives to help bring down the fucking crime, he literally had a hand in fucking defunding, taking away federal funding for those exact initiatives and programs that have been working. So I don't know, like, it's pretty much just like an excuse to try to fucking jail your political opponents, those who you perceive as people having slights against you, because he is surrounded by a bunch of fucking sycophants and morons who aren't not going to say no to him and just play and stroke to his fucking goddamn ego. Because in reality, these people are all just podcast hosts and pundits who just want to have their fucking spotlight right now in order to get more fucking goddamn community members in their fucking supposed communities that they fucking build. These, like, I don't know, dens of fucking corruption and cultish, oafish fucking behavior. I don't think there's really much else to say besides, I think it's pretty fucking safe to say that these motherfuckers, the Trump administration, just want to do everything possible in order to become an authoritarian military fucking dictatorship. Don't think there's much else to say besides that.